All right. So when the police did the screwed up things that they did, I already knew their protocols. I already knew how they twist the law and contort it and manipulate it to get away with the crimes that they do, especially against someone they can call mentally ill. Um, there's a guy who I'm gonna put his stuff up here. Something from him just from today because it is that important. It's called the Aspie World, and this guy talks about being vulnerable just because you're autistic. Now, some of the stuff that he talks about, I don't agree with, but overall, it's pretty good. He's autistic, though, so yeah, I think you should probably listen to his word over anybody else's because he is autistic. When you want to know about how the spine works, doctors will tell you they still don't know everything, not by a long shot. But if you want to know what it's like to live with a spinal injury and how people treat you when you have a spinal injury, go talk to somebody in a wheelchair. They're going to know a lot better than a doctor about that aspect of it. Copy link address, and we'll post it up here for you, right here in the comments. Paste. Um, a lot of the stuff that we got to deal with, you guys don't have to. And because you don't have to deal with it, it must not be happening. And it's just not the way it is. There's a lot of people who are witnesses, but there's also a lot of wingnuts. I had to depend on people who had a history of doing wrong things to me, and I had to trust people who are complete and total strangers. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you need to trust them." Everybody that I trusted showed me not to. Instead of telling me that I have to do something, understand why I don't or cannot. Just because, in your opinion, I should be able to do something that I don't have the logistics to do, doesn't give me the logistics to do it. Now, there's a lot of people, ever since the very start of it, I've been having internet problems with. First of all, there's a hacker group that hacked my shit and was fucking messing with it. And there's a lot of other people that were trying to hide the wrong shit that they did and were trying to destroy, would smoke up my ass and pretend like they want to be friends, like Kara Johnson Miles. She didn't want to be my friend, and she wasn't an autism advocate. And while she was pretending like she was going to help me, she never lifted a finger to do so. Instead, she was slandering me in these supposed Natalie Bollinger justice groups, which were really Sean Schwartz hate groups. If they cared about justice for Natalie, most of her family would be in prison right now. Her family, not Joseph Lopez. Now, don't get me wrong, according to the law, what Joseph Lopez did is wrong. And you know what? In many situations, I can agree with that. In this situation, I cannot. Natalie deserved peace, and so did I. It wasn't me and Natalie who had the problem. It was 10,000 other people who thought that it was their job to get involved. Meanwhile, the people who we were trying to get involved to get a stop to this wouldn't do a goddamn thing. When they did, they helped her, but they didn't help me. Anything that I did that Natalie did as well, it's magically justified because she's got, well, because she's a female and because of her age And because the pretendy Christian shit that she pulled. None of her family are real Christians. They use that Christian thing to manipulate people. That is literally why all of them, from Ted Bollinger to Shelley Campbell to Danica Garner to all of them, pretend to believe in God. Most of the junkies I know pretend to believe in God. Why do they pretend to believe in God? Because they are manipulators. People who are on drugs want their fucking drugs. If they got to manipulate people to get it, so be it. If they have to steal from their own family to get it, they fucking will. A lot of my witnesses, turns out that they're fucking drug addicts, just like Natalie Bollinger. There's a lady on here. One of the ladies who was threatening my life and other fucking such bullshit. Her name is Nancy Wicks Perry. Now here's another one that I want to show you, and this woman didn't threaten my life at all. Her name is Marilyn McElroy, and here's her picture. Marilyn McElroy, and it says at the bottom, this person is unavailable on Messenger. This lady sent me a friend's request and then sent me this picture of her that says, I think you understand humanity and you have given me a whole new way to look at things. I wish you well, and you do. Doesn't seem like something to block somebody over yet, does it? All right. Well, I typed thank you. She typed you're welcome. Good night. Sleep well. I typed I did. And then it says this person is unavailable on Messenger. It doesn't go down any further than that. What did I do to this lady? Well, a lot of these people are pretending like they want to be my friends because they hate me. They want to get as much information as they can, enough stuff that they can twist and warp and contort into something that it's not. It is more than a little odd, especially being as there's hundreds of those. Hundreds. There's not one or two or 20 or 30. There's literally hundreds. There's also a lot of stuff that shows, people were fucking intimidated by people in these Natalie Bollinger groups. People were threatening to kill them and their families. But people still pretend like nobody ever did that to me. They're doing it to people who are fucking standing up. They're doing it to people who are speaking up. And instead of the Black Lives Matter situation where people were allowed to congregate and allowed to come together and allowed to speak out, anybody who spoke out for me was fucking smashed like a bug. Many of them have been targeted by police repeatedly as a result of that situation because I did speak out. And yes, it did make them a target. It made these people a target for police who were trying to cover up their wrongdoing. And then you got all these people that want to say ignorant fucking bullshit. Like, you just got to have a positive attitude. Fuck that. When you're getting your ass beat, that is the wrong time for a positive attitude. That is the right time for fucking defending yourself. Oh, Sean, you need to just walk away. When you got somebody on top of you pummeling your face, you don't get to walk away. That's not something that you're not getting. I get treated like I'm a retard no matter where I go. My dad, when I was about 9 or 10 years old, he finally got custody of me. And we went and we saw one of the best neurologists in the country. And he started talking about autism. And ever since then, my dad has talked to me like I'm a fucking retard. You guys have that assumption in your head that autism equals retardation. See, the problem isn't with autistic people. It's with you and your shitty fucking assumptions. The problem isn't with black people. It's with you and your shitty fucking assumptions. The problem isn't with Native Americans. It's with you and your shitty fucking assumptions. The problem isn't with white people. It's with you and your shitty fucking assumptions. Your bias. that you judge one person as more of a human being than another because of. Oh, you're white, you need to get to the back of the bus. We're focusing on black people right now. Because you white people, and white people are saying this, you white people did all of this terrible stuff to these. No, I didn't. Do not blame me for the actions of others. I will take responsibility for my actions. I will admit my actions. But if you fuck up, hell no, I am not going to take it up the ass for you. All of these people, all along the line, from Candace Bondurant to a few of the people who were sticking up for me before that and after, all of these people had legitimate reason to be fucking afraid, given the information that we had at the time and the actions of the police, the volunteers, the public, and the homeless. Yeah, what the hell would you do? You can either do the right thing and possibly lose your kids, or you can do something completely fucked up because you don't want to get thrown out into the cold. Now, Candace Bondurant and her two daughters, would they actually have been thrown out into the January cold? Fuck no. Candace's mom loves her and loves her grandkids and isn't going to let them go down like that. And Candace fucking knows it. Because of my issues with the computer stuff and the fact that that is the only way apparently to do any of these things. Because if I go into the police station, I get assaulted, I get arrested, I get threatened. Or like the situation here in Chapel, Nebraska. These cops talk to me different now that I've got fucking recordings going on. But they still tell me different stories. Their story is different. Every time they tell me, their story is fucking different. See, that's the thing, is that I don't have anyone in my corner. Jen Beebe is not going to help. I have been completely fucked ever since she got on my case. Ever since she was assigned to me, I have been fucked because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. When she first started, she had no goddamn clue. And now she wants to cover up the fact that she fucked up too. Now, the big thing with one of the officers here who did the most fucked up stuff is that he's got kids. So magically, he's not a bad guy because he's got kids. Are you out of your fucking mind? This guy abused the shit out of his fucking power, out of his position, outright broke the law and committed multiple felonies. But it's okay because he's got kids? It's okay for a cop to commit felonies because they have kids? Or is it because they have a badge? Is it because they can abuse their power to prevent you from making a report against them? When I said I needed someone in my corner, I meant it. Now that thing that I put up there from the Aspie world, watch that. That'll explain to you all the shit that I have had to deal with the police, with Ken and Leah Plunkett, with most of my supposed friends, people who threw me away when it was unpopular to be my friend. And I'm the bad guy for this. I'm the bad guy for screaming at the top of my lungs over the abuse that I have to take. And I still have to take that abuse. I still have to waste my resources that should be going to taking care of myself to make other people fucking happy. I wouldn't have had to break the law if Jen Beebe had done her fucking job to begin with. But she didn't. At no point in time has she actually done her job. I have no protection from bad police. I have no protection from abuse by the public because of crimes I didn't commit. There is no way for me to defend myself. I'm not allowed because of the tag mentally ill. No matter what. I need somebody who is fucking sober and gives a shit in person. Not people who repeatedly tell me the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I'm fucking trying. You know how to do it. I don't. If you showed me how, I could. But telling me to do it doesn't get it done. I give it an effort. You tell me how to do it, I do give it an effort. And when it completely fucks me, you say it's not much been taken away, preventing me from being able to defend myself. Preventing me from being able to defend myself and forcing me into repeated situations where I was repeatedly victimized. There is no justice. People keep saying you should start a GoFundMe. Shit, there were 5 GoFundMes. I didn't get a penny out of any of them. Meanwhile, Ted Bollinger, the guy who actually raped his own daughter, Natalie Bollinger, he got $5,000 when his daughter died from donations, and he spent it to go on fucking vacation to goddamn Boston. People say, oh, well, fucking they should have left you alone after fucking they found Natalie's killer. No, they didn't leave me alone because I wasn't just accused of killing someone. I'd gone through a whole year of hell because I had been accused of shit that I didn't fucking do before Natalie died. And Natalie didn't care, and Maddie didn't care, and the police didn't care, and my friends didn't care. They typed a lot of pretty shit, a lot of pretty fucking memes that don't do a goddamn bit of good. A pretty meme is not going to get me a lawyer. A pretty meme is not going to get people to stop assaulting me. A pretty meme is not going to get my money back and get me the ability to spend it on taking care of myself. I still have to waste money on court, where I will be railroaded because of court dates that I was never allowed to go to and never allowed to defend myself in. At no point in time have I ever been allowed to show evidence. Not one public pretender has even pretended like they will look at it. And because these people can just call me mentally ill, nobody investigates it. Nobody's fucking interested in. All they're interested in doing is hiding all of the wrong shit that they did. And you only give a shit if it happens to black people. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but so the fuck does mine. So do all these homeless people out there being victimized every fucking day. How many times on average is a black person victimized by a cop in their lifetime? Now, how many times on average is a homeless person victimized by a cop in a month?